Worcestershire sauce. I can never say Worcestershire. I can never say Worcester sauce. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing 6 air fryer recipes with you all. These recipes are all British recipes with a little bit of a twist. I have just had the Cosori TWINFRY air fryer delivered, so I am going to be putting that air fryer to the test in this video. I will link this air fryer down below in my description box for you to find out more information, but let me run through a couple of the features with you before we get into the recipes. This TWINFRY air fryer has a massive 10-litre capacity, which you can split into 2 5-litre zones. It also has 4 upgraded heaters, which means it cooks more evenly and crispy without the need to preheat or flip. It has 8 functions to it. You can bake, air fry, roast, dry, grill, reheat, and it has the sync option too, which means if you're cooking 2 different types of food, you can put 1 type in each of the 5-litre sections, and then if one needs to cook for 25 minutes, but the other needs to cook for 15 minutes, the air fryer will automatically switch on the zone that needs to cook for 15 minutes when there is only 15 minutes left of the cooking process in the other zone. It is so clever, and it literally makes cooking in the air fryer that much easier. This air fryer is so easy to clean. It is non-stick, it's dishwasher safe, and that is for the whole drawer and accessory sections. As you guys know from my previous videos, I absolutely love cooking in the air fryer. It not only saves you so much time, but it uses so much less energy than the conventional oven as well. So with all that said, I'm just going to jump straight on into this video. I really hope you enjoyed the recipes that I'm going to be sharing with you, and let's get cooking. Right, so the first recipe we're going to start off with is definitely a UK favourite. We are going to be making burgers with a twist. We're going to be making spring roll burgers in the Cosori TWINFRY today. So what I have got here is some beef mince, and then I'm going to add in a few different ingredients into here, which will be the filling for the spring roll. And then I have got some spring roll wrappers that I am going to wrap the ingredients in before popping them in the air fryer. So let me talk you through what I am going to be doing. I've got some beef mince here. I'm going to be adding in some garlic granules, as well as some onion granules, Worcestershire sauce, a handful of grated cheese, and you cannot forget this, some gherkins. Then it's time to get your hands messy. You're just going to go into your mixture, mix it all together until it's nicely combined. And now it is time to construct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the basket out of the air fryer, and I'm just going to use one section of the air fryer. So I have got my little wrappers here, and what I just need to do is I just need to dip these into water just to loosen them up. And then on a clean surface, you want to pop it down, and then you just want to get some of your filling. I'm going to be quite generous here. Pop it into your little parcel, and then simply just roll it up. So now what I'm going to do, I have cracked an egg in here, and I have just whisked it up, and then I've got this little brush. I'm just going to brush the egg wash over each spring roll. I'll turn the spring rolls over as well to make sure they're fully coated before popping them into the air fryer on 190 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. And there you have it, guys. You have your delicious UK style with a twist burger spring rolls. I've just popped a little bit of burger sauce in here, and now it's time to give them a try. Okay, so next up we are making mac and cheese, but we're going to be making them in delicious bite-sized balls. I'm going to be using my air fryer accessory to cook this in, and I'm going to cook the whole thing from scratch in my Cosori air fryer. So what I have got here is some macaroni pasta. So I'm going to pop that into my accessory. And then the way that I make cheese sauce, which I think is so very delicious, is simply by using some vegetable stock and soft cheese. And then obviously I add in some grated cheese as well. So what I've got here is double the amount of vegetable stock to pasta. So I'm going to add that in. And then to that, I'm going to put about 100 grams of soft cheese. Mix that all together so that it nicely combines. And then that is going to go into my twin fry for 10 minutes on 200 degrees centigrade. And you do want to mix this halfway through to make sure all your pasta is evenly coated in the sauce. Right, so my 10 minutes is up, and as you can see, this mac and cheese is looking absolutely delicious, but we need to make it a little more cheesy. So what I've got here is some grated cheese. So this is just cheddar cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that on top, mix it up, sprinkle a bit more on top, mix it, sprinkle, mix until all your cheese is used up. This is looking absolutely amazing. So once your mac and cheese has cooled down, you then want to get it into a blitzer and blitz it a little bit to make it easier to roll. Once you have blitzed it, pop it back onto your plate, and then you want to get little bite-sized amounts of your mac and cheese, roll it into a ball, and then transfer that ball into some breadcrumbs and coat it nicely. Once you have done that, you want to pop them into the air fryer. They're going to go on at 200 degrees centigrade for 6 minutes. After the 6 minutes is up, as you can see, your balls are looking lovely and golden brown, and they are ready for you to just pop into your mouth and enjoy. So I've got a pot of sriracha mayo here, mac and cheese ball, dunk. Oh my gosh. Simply divine. Next up, we're going to be making some delicious Cornish pasties. You can cook this directly in your air fryer if you take out the bottom plate and the divider, but I just feel like it's a lot less messy if you cook it in here. So what I have got to go into this container is some diced beef. I have got some potatoes, carrot, diced onion. I've also got some beef stock, salt and pepper, and Worcestershire sauce. I can never say Worcestershire. I can never say Worcester sauce. So in all of that goes, this is definitely going to be making more than the puff pastry that I have got, but you can keep this mixture for a later date too. Worcestershire. Oh, it's going to be delicious. Now I've mixed all that up, this is going to go into my twin fry. So I'm going to use the Grand Zone to cook this because my accessory is a little bit too big to go in half of the tray. And I'm going to cook this low and slow. So I'm going to cook it on 170 degrees centigrade for a good half an hour. I am going to be mixing this in between to make sure that the juices are covering all of the meat and the potatoes and the carrots, so they get really nice and soft throughout the cooking process. Right, this has just come out and it is looking really delicious. It's smelling absolutely amazing too. So now that that is done, I'm going to get my puff pastry, and then I'm going to just make 4 Cornish pasties out of this, and it's more like a Cornish square that I'm going to be making. So I'm just going to cut my pastry into 4 sections, fill each section generously with my mixture, and then I'm going to get a beaten egg and I'm going to brush that over the top of my pastry to make sure it doesn't burn, but also so it goes lovely and golden brown in the air fryer. Once I've done that, this will go back into my twin fry on 180 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. Once your timer is up, your Cornish pasties are ready to enjoy. Next up, we're doing a very British dish, and it's going to be a Brussels sprouts dish. But this is going to cook the Brussels sprouts to perfection so that they almost don't taste like Brussels sprouts. So what I've got here is some pancetta. I'm going to stick that once again into my little air fryer accessory. And then I have got Brussels sprouts here that I've just quartered. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my lardons into the air fryer. I'm going to put them on for just 4 minutes on 200 degrees centigrade. That's going to really start to crispen these up, and then the Brussels sprouts will go in. Okay, so now the Brussels sprouts are in. You do not need to add any extra oil because, as you can see, there is lots of lovely oils that have come off the pancetta. So I've just mixed that up a little bit, and then the secret ingredient I'm going to be using is some balsamic glaze. So I'm just going to put a little squeeze of that on. I've not added any salt to this or pepper because obviously the pancetta is quite salty anyway. So now these are going to go back into the air fryer on 200 degrees centigrade for another 6 minutes, and then they're ready to serve. Oh my gosh, guys. If you're not a sprout lover, I think if you try this recipe, you will be. I do love a sprout though. Right, finish it off. Drizzle of balsamic glaze. That's delicious. Next, we're going to be making fish and chips, which is a completely English meal. So what I'm going to do with my twin fry is I'm going to split my grand zone into 2 5-litre baskets so I can cook the fish in one side and the chips in the other. So I'm just going to use this little divider. It just slots really easily down the middle, and then I can go ahead and pop my chips in one side. As you can see, I have cut my chips up nicely. This is just 4 large potatoes, and I'm going to just stick it straight in like that. Obviously, the chips are going to be cooking for a little bit longer than the fish, and I'm going to prepare the fish while I cook the chips. So what I'm going to do with these chips is I'm just going to add a little bit of peri-peri salt to them, just to make this recipe a little unusual to suit the title. I'm also just going to add a touch of oil to this as well. The oil is honestly just a really thin coating, just to make sure they don't burn really. And then the chips are going to go into the air fryer, 200 degrees centigrade for 25 minutes. Right, so while my chips are cooking, I'm going to prepare my fish. So I've just got 2 boneless cod fillets here. And then what I have got is some breadcrumbs, and I've also beaten up 1 egg in here too. So I'm going to keep the skin on because for me, fish skin is my favorite. I'm just literally going to pop the fish both sides into the egg, make sure it's really well covered, and then I'm just going to transfer it into the breadcrumbs and make sure that's really well covered too. This has still got 13.5 minutes left, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it because I want to show you how the sink finish works. So I'm going to open that up, then I'm going to stick the fish in the other side, and then I'm going to set the twin fry on for a sink finish. So now I'm going to set zone 1, and that's going to go on to 180 degrees centigrade, and it's just going to go on for 12 minutes like that. And then if you can see, there's a little button here that says sync. I'm going to press that, and that means zone 1 is on hold while zone 2 is still cooking. When zone 2 gets to 12 minutes, zone 1 will turn on, which will mean the whole meal will finish cooking at exactly the same time. And just like that, both zones of the twin fry have finished. Dunk in tartar sauce. Totally delicious. Lastly, we are going to be making one of Britain's most favourite desserts. We are making bread and butter pudding in the twin fry. So what I have got for this is these delicious choc chip brioche buns. I'm just going to cut them in half, butter one side of them, and then I'm going to just higgledy-piggledy lay them into this oven-proof dish. Now they are in this oven-proof dish, what I'm going to do is make up a little custard to go on top of this before popping it into the air fryer. The custard you're going to make for this is consisting of the following: eggs. 2 of these, I'm going to crack them in first because I always somehow get shell in to my bowl. So I'm going to crack those in first to make sure no shell. Oh, no shell. I've got 250 mils of milk, and then I have got 100 mils of double cream. Get every little last drop in. I'm going to put a little splash of vanilla extract. I have also got 50 grams of sugar, and finally some cinnamon. Right, whisk that all together. Now that's all combined, what I'm going to do is I am going to get my brioche buns, and then I've just got some raisins here as well, so I'm just going to sprinkle those over the top. So I'm then going to pour all the custard mixture over my brioche buns, and making sure that all of the brioche bread is soaked really well with the custard mixture. Just leave it to soak through for 5 to 10 minutes before popping it into your twin fry on a 160 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. Once the 15 minutes is up, as you can see, your bread and butter pudding has been cooked to perfection and it is ready to dive into. I love to serve mine with a ball of vanilla ice cream, and honestly, this is a UK pudding that you really have to try. So those are the 6 air fryer recipes I wanted to share with you, all of course cooked in the Cosori twin fry air fryer. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Down below in my description box, I have added a link because Cosori are offering up to 38% off of their twin fry. So if you are looking to upgrade your kitchen, then head on down to my description box and click that link. Thank you so much for watching today, guys, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!